to the how-to videos for Roster Maker 15. The next step that we have to complete is to restore the database to our installation of SQL Server Management Studio. I already have one open, so I'm going to go ahead and close that so I can show you start to finish. So, this is the backup file for the database. FIFA 15 editing underscore Azure backup.bak. That's a backup file for a database. What I want you to do, and this is under your documents and Roster Maker 15 by Leoden. So go ahead and copy that to your clipboard. Then navigate to your SQL Server installation, which is probably under C, then Program Files, and SQL Server. Then this MSSQL, and then Backup. And here you see a list of backup files, including my previous backup file for this database. I'm still going to paste this in here and ensure that I have the most recent ones. So this is 122.2015. That time looks old, actually. In any event, likely this will be empty for you. So once you paste this in here, that will be your first and only backup file here, most likely. Then we need to install SQL Server Management, we need to open SQL Server Management Studio. It will prompt you to connect to your server. Do that. Then right-click on Databases, hit Restore Database, and then you're going to click on this drop-down menu, and you'll notice that we have a list of 4 backup files on my installation. It's simply going to show you every backup file that it can find here. So when we navigated to Program Files, and then all the way to the backup files within Microsoft SQL Server, it's just grabbing every backup file that it can find there. So the one that we need is FIFA 15 Editing Azure Backup. And you'll have to verify the backup media. It will be verified successfully. And then you simply want to hit OK. This usually does not take very long because the database is not that large. And the database is successfully restored. So you can go and close out of these things. And if you want to look at or query the database, you can go back to your SQL Server and go to Databases, then FIFA 15 is your backup, and then Tables, and you can see all of the different files that I have. The installation program, the Roster Maker program, uses all of these tables. These are all temporary files, temporary tables, I should say. The ones that start with underscore and then a number, they're temporary tables, so they'll actually change every time we execute the Roster Maker 15 program. But a lot of these other tables are more static, and so you can start to look through those and see how this is structured if you're interested. Also, one thing that you may eventually want to change on your own is this link nationality to graphics. It uses this particular table to design realistic graphics for each of the individual players, for instance, the skin tone, the hair color, etc. And you may want to change some of those values. So you can go in here, right-click on Link Nationality to Graphics, edit top 200 rows, and there are more than 200 rows in this database, not many more than that, so you can see most countries on here. But for each country, it has some values that it uses to try to determine the most appropriate graphics for somebody being generated who happens to be from this country. And you may want to play with those files with those values in the future. In the next video, we will talk about connecting Roster Maker to this database.